Raider Nation, what's up? Buckle up, because things are heating up around Las Vegas. And I'm not just talking about the dessert, son. There's a lot of buzz right now around tight end Michael Mayer, and a potential trade that could send him packing to the Miami Dolphins. That's right. One of the Raiders' most talked about young pieces might be on the move, and the Dolphins are seriously sniffing around. Now, before you freak out, I'm gonna walk you through exactly why this isn't just some wild rumor, but something with real smoke, and where there's smoke, there might just be fire. Let's start with the basics. The Miami Dolphins are openly in the market for a tight end. That's not speculation, it's fact. They just shipped off GENO Smith to the Steelers, leaving a major gap in their offensive scheme. And who do they reportedly have their eyes on? Yup, Michael Mayer. Reports have been circulating that Miami has had Mayer on their radar for a while now. This isn't a new crush, according to insiders close to the Dolphins. They were already big on Mayer back during the 2023 NFL Draft. And just imagine this for a second, if not for that first-round pick they lost due to tampering with, you guessed it, Tom Brady. There's a strong chance the Dolphins might have scooped him up back then. That pick would have been number 21 overall. And there's real belief they would have gone with Mayer if they'd had it. Fast forward to now. Mayer's future in Vegas is looking cloudy, not because of talent, but because of roster construction. Brock Bowers is the future tight end one in Las Vegas. That's not even up for debate. He's the kind of elite talent that franchises build around. The Raiders didn't just trip and fall into Bowers, they drafted him with a plan. And let's be real here, Mayer knows it. He can have a career year and still find himself second on the depth chart, and no competitor wants to be a backup when they know they have what it takes to start. And the Dolphins, they see that. They smell opportunity. Mayer is on a rookie deal with cap-friendly numbers, just over $1.5 million next season, and barely the $1 million the year after. That's a bargain for a guy who was once compared to Jason Witten. That's not hyperbole. That's real draft analysis from scouts who saw in Mayer a future Pro Bowl caliber tight end. Maybe he's not flashy, maybe he's not the guy making one-handed grabs on every highlight reel, but what he is a football player, tough, reliable, disciplined, with the kind of fundamentals you can build around. He just needs the right system, and Miami's coaching staff might think they have exactly that. But here's where things get even more interesting. It's not just about Mayer's talent or Miami's need. This situation is dripping with connections, relationships that could grease the wheels of a deal. Let's talk about Tom Brady for a second. Yeah, he's not playing anymore, but his influence is still everywhere, especially in Miami. Brady and Dolphins owner Stephen Ross go way back, all the way to their days at Michigan. Ross literally named the university's business school after himself, the Ross School of Business, and Brady is part of that same alumni circle. These guys have history, they have trust, and we all know Brady's been flirting with ownership and front office roles. If he whispers something in Ross's ear about a player or a move, it holds weight, but it doesn't stop there. Miami's general manager, Chris Grier, and Las Vegas-owned front office have been known to keep lines of communication open. And Dolphins tight end coach John Embry, he worked with John Spytek back in their days with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That might seem like a small detail, but in the NFL, relationships are everything. When you're looking to make a trade, who you know matters almost as much as what you know. Familiarity breeds trust, and trust gets deals done. Now I know what some Raiders fans are thinking. Why would we trade a guy like Mayer? And trust me, I get it. I like Mayer. I think he still has a ton of untapped potential, but the NFL is a business, and this is about maximizing value. If you've already committed to Brock Bowers as your guy, and let's be honest, the Raiders have, then Mayer becomes a luxury, and luxury pieces that aren't getting full usage can turn into trade assets. Look, it's not like the Raiders are throwing Mayer out on the curb. They're not actively shopping him, but they're taking calls, and that's just smart management. Every good front office keeps the phone line open. The numbers also make it feasible. Trading Mayer would save Las Vegas just under $2 million in cap space. They'd eat less than $1 million in dead money. That's manageable. And if the right deal comes along, one that maybe nets them a mid-round pick or even a player they need, it becomes a no-brainer. And let's circle back to Miami for a second. Their interest isn't theoretical, it's active. Multiple sources have confirmed that the Dolphins have been in contact with teams about acquiring a tight end. The moment they moved GENO Smith, they went shopping, and the Raiders, they've got a tight end surplus. Ian Thomas is in town now. Quadir Ishmael has been turning heads. And there are a couple of undrafted rookies who've shown enough to make coaches take notice. So the depth is there, and if you've got depth at a position and another team is in need, that's where deals happen. But maybe the most compelling part of this entire situation is Mayer himself. Ask yourself this if you're Michael Mayer. Do you want to stay in Las Vegas and ride the bench behind Brock Bowers? Or do you want to go to Miami, step into a starting role, and become a key part of an explosive offense led by Mike McDaniel and Tua Tagovailoa? You know what the answer is. Every athlete wants to play. Every player wants the chance to prove themselves, and the reality is, Mayer's best shot to shine might not be in the silver and black, it might be in aqua and orange. That's why I say, don't be surprised if a deal goes down. There's too much alignment here. The Dolphins want him. The Raiders might be willing. The money works. The connections are there, and Mayer, he might be ready for a fresh start. Now I've seen some of the trade proposals being floated out there. Some of them are lowball offers like a 5th-round pick in 2026. I'm just gonna say it. That's not enough. I'd hang up the phone. But if the Dolphins come correct, say, a 4th-rounder, maybe a pick swap, or a cornerback, to bolster the Raiders' secondary, now we're talking. And remember, the Raiders are in a spot where they're trying to build something sustainable. If you can flip Mayer for value that helps you in the long term, especially when he's not going to be your number one guy, that's just good business. This isn't about disrespecting Mayer, it's about giving him the opportunity he deserves and putting the team in the best position to succeed. There's a real possibility this could happen. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but don't be shocked if we wake up one morning and the alert on your phone says Michael Mayer traded to the Miami Dolphins. Because everything is lining up, all the signs are there, and if it does go down, you already know we're going to be right here, breaking it all down for you. Now let's dive into what these trade proposals could actually look like. I know everyone loves to speculate, throw out wild hypotheticals, and build dream scenarios in Madden, but let's keep this grounded in reality. What's fair, what's feasible, and what both teams would realistically consider. Because if the Dolphins want Michael Mayer, they're gonna have to put something legit on the table. And if the Raiders are going to let go of a young, talented tight end who was just a 2nd-round pick last year, it better be worth their while. So, here's the thing. Some of the earliest ideas floating around were laughable. A lone 5th-round pick in 2026, that's not a trade, that's a slap in the face. And trust me, if that offer ever actually got pitched, I hope the Raiders front office laughed, politely declined, and moved on. Mayer might not be the future of the franchise at tight end, but he's no throwaway either. He was a top 35 pick for a reason. He's still on a rookie deal. He's still got upside. So if you're gonna move him, the return has to match the potential. Now, another concept that made the rounds involved the Dolphins offering a 4th round and a 6th-round pick, while also asking the Raiders to throw in a 5th. That one gets a little more interesting. It's not perfect, but it's not crazy. Miami has the 4th-rounders coming up, and Las Vegas is expected to receive multiple 5th-round compensatory picks. So technically the math could work. Still, I'm not sure I'd love it. It feels like a middle-of-the-road offer. Not something that makes you jump up and say, yes, let's do this, but it's closer. You start sweetening that with a player, maybe a cornerback or a depth linebacker. And now we're talking. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors are swirling in the desert, and if the whispers coming out of Las Vegas hold any truth, the Raiders might be cooking up something big, or at the very least, solidifying the foundation for something really interesting. The franchise, long known for its explosive moves and big gambles, appears to be shifting gears towards something far more calculated, protecting their quarterback like never before. Insiders close to the team suggest that GENO Smith, the veteran signal caller who joined the Raiders in the offseason, is being surrounded by what some are already calling an elite wall. Names like Alex CAPPA, Eric Stokes, and Germain Pratt are popping up frequently in conversations among team observers and analysts. Each represents a significant piece in the effort to turn the Raiders' offensive line into a near impenetrable front. While nothing official has been confirmed, the signs are compelling. CAPPA, with his grit and consistency, is a known force in the trenches. Stokes brings speed and awareness, and Pratt, a linebacker by trade, is reportedly being used in hybrid packages to support pass protection schemes. It's unorthodox, sure, but very on brand for a team known for defying expectations. Why all this investment in protection? That's the golden question. Geno Smith may not be the flashiest QB in the league, but sources suggest the Raiders see in him a stabilizing presence, someone who, with time in the pocket and the right tools around him, could quietly lead a charge through the AFC. The team hasn't confirmed any of these moves publicly, and as with all off-season chatter, there's always the chance it fizzles out. But the buzz is unmistakable. In Vegas, where noise and spectacle rule the strip, the Raiders might be building something quietly powerful, starting with Geno and the wall rising around him. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.